Love isn't always simple, and passion often comes at a price. Welcome to Intrigue Romance, where secrets, betrayal, and forbidden desires collide. Tonight, we take you into a story you won't forget, where love is never what it seems. When I married David, I knew stepping into the role of a stepmother wouldn't be simple. His son, Tyler, was 22, independent, and not particularly thrilled about me being part of his family. Tyler wasn't openly hostile, but his reluctance to warm up to me was clear. I could sense the guardedness in his eyes every time we were in the same room. He loved his father deeply and wasn't sure how to feel about me stepping into their lives. I decided early on to give Tyler space. I didn't want to force a bond. Instead, I hoped that patience and time would show him that I cared, not just for his father, but for him as well. Over time, there were small moments where Tyler would let down his guard, a shared laugh during dinner or a brief conversation about his day. These moments were rare but meaningful, and I held on to them as signs that we might eventually build a connection. One evening, as I was working on my laptop in the living room, I heard a soft knock on the doorframe. I looked up and saw Tyler standing there, looking unsure of himself. His hands were stuffed in his pockets, and he avoided making direct eye contact. "Hey, can I talk to you for a minute?" he asked, his voice quieter than usual. "Of course," I replied, closing my laptop and giving him my full attention. "What's on your mind?" He hesitated for a moment before stepping further into the room and sitting down on the edge of the couch. I need your help again." This wasn't the first time Tyler had come to me for advice. A couple of months ago, he had asked for help drafting his resume when he was applying for an internship. Before that, he had sought my advice on navigating a difficult situation with one of his college professors. Each time, I had been more than happy to help, though I was always surprised that he chose to come to me instead of his dad. "What's going on?" I asked, keeping my tone calm and open. He ran a hand through his hair, a nervous habit I had come to recognize. "It's Dad. I think I really screwed things up with him, and I don't know how to fix it." My heart sank as I saw the genuine worry on his face. Over the next few minutes, Tyler explained what had happened. A few months ago, he had borrowed money from David to start a small business. It was something Tyler had been passionate about for years, but the venture hadn't gone as planned. Instead of telling David the truth, Tyler had tried to handle the situation on his own, hoping things would turn around. When David found out the business was failing and Tyler hadn't been honest with him, he was hurt and angry. "I don't blame him for being mad," Tyler admitted, his voice breaking slightly. I didn't want him to think I was a failure. But now I feel like I've let him down even more." I could see how much the situation was weighing on him. "Tyler," I said gently, "the fact that you care so much about making this right shows how much you value your relationship with your dad. Honesty might be hard, but it's the only way to rebuild trust. Your dad loves you, and while he's upset now, he'll understand if you open up to him." We spent the next hour working together on a plan. Tyler wanted to write a letter to his dad to express his feelings and apologize for not being honest. It was important to him to find the right words, so I helped him draft a letter that was heartfelt and sincere. When he was finished, he read it aloud, and I could see some of the weight lifting off his shoulders. The next evening, Tyler and David sat down together in the living room. I stayed in the kitchen, giving them privacy but keeping an ear out in case things got tense. Their voices started low, occasionally rising in frustration but never shouting. After a while, I heard laughter, and then the unmistakable sound of a hug. Later that night, Tyler came to find me. He looked relieved, and for the first time in a while, he was smiling. "Thanks for helping me," he said. "I think we're okay now." "I don't know if I could have done it without you." I smiled back, feeling a warmth in my chest. "I'm glad I could help. You should be proud of yourself for taking that step." From that moment on, the dynamic between Tyler and me began to shift. He started to trust me more, and our conversations became longer and more personal. We weren't just polite to each other anymore. We were building a real connection. Blending families is never easy, and there are always challenges along the way. But moments like this reminded me that the effort was worth it. Family isn't just about shared blood. It's about showing up for each other, even when things are messy. Tyler taught me that trust and forgiveness can transform even the most strained relationships, and for that, I'll always be grateful.